Let me ask you something. Why does it feel so hard to stay focused today? Why does it feel like motivation disappears after a few days? Why do so many people start goals and then quit? Why does discipline feel impossible? Most people blame laziness, they blame social media, and then there's people who blame mental health. But there's another problem almost nobody wants to talk about. A problem that's quietly draining the energy, focus, and purpose of an entire generation on rates we've never seen before. Lust. Not just attraction, not just relationships, but the constant overstimulation of desire. You have endless scrolling nowadays, endless sexual content, endless fantasy, and the scary part is most people don't even realize what it's doing to them. Nowadays, with just 2-3 clicks, you can see a whole naked person that people in the old generations go to war for. That's crazy. I've separated this video into different parts. I'm going to go to them one by one, and in the end I will tell you some steps, tips on how to not fall into lust, how to get better, how to pretty much heal yourself from it. So let's start. Part 1. The overstimulated generation. Humans were never meant to experience the level of stimulation we have today. Nowadays, our brain are just fried. Thousands of years ago, attraction and relationships happened slowly. They happened with purpose. Met people in real life, connection developed naturally. Desire really had context. When you compare it to now, you can see more provocative images in 10 minutes on your phone than your ancestors saw in their entire lifetime. Think about that. Your brain is constantly being hit with sexualized content, unrealistic bodies, artificial intimacy, instant gratification. This world has come to a point where there's AI girlfriends nowadays. It's crazy. And the thing is, your brain adapts to those things. It starts expecting constant stimulation. Your body and your brain does not know what's good or bad. They just know what makes it feel good. Which means normal life will feel extremely boring. Working towards long-term goals, too slow. Making generational wealth or making a good body, too slow. Studying, it's too boring. Building a career, I want it right now. I don't want it in 10-15 years. Eventually, that actually matters in life, and suddenly life feels less rewarding than a quick dopamine hit. A dopamine hit will have much more reason and much more importance in your life than those goals, than those studies, than that body. That's where the real damage begins. Part 2. How lust kills purpose. Purpose requires one thing above all else: delayed gratification. By the way, what does delayed gratification means? It means choosing something better in the future than choosing a quick satisfaction right now. It's the ability to sacrifice pleasure today for a better future tomorrow. Build a strong body, to build a career, to learn skills, to create something meaningful, to be a good servant to your God, to be a good person in your religion, to have a lot of knowledge and to be dedicated. Is to create something meaningful. All of those require time, months, years, decades. But when your brain gets used to instant pleasure, working towards long-term goals starts to feel unbearable. You start to procrastinate more, your focus drops, your discipline just goes to shit, and slowly your ambitions shrink away. You stop chasing greatness, you start chasing comfort, and that's what 95% of our generation do today. They chase comfort, and comfort slowly replaces purpose. Part 3. Death of emotional control. Damage does not stop at motivation. It goes extremely deeper than that. It destroys one of the most important traits a human can have: emotional control. When someone constantly feeds their impulses, they become controlled by them. What do you get? Pedophiles. You get school shooters. You get depressed people. You see it everywhere. People can't sit still without checking their phone. If you are in a table, you cannot go 2-3 minutes if there is no talk, if there is nothing happening. Your brain just needs stimulation. You cannot go more than 5 minutes without checking your phone or doing something. You can't resist an urge. People cannot control their attention anymore. They can't control their emotions. Discipline is not just about doing the hard thing, going to the gym, working, it's about being able to say no to your impulses, no to distractions, no to cravings, no to instant gratification. Because if you do, you'll get what? Fat. You will not have a good career, resist your sexual desires, and end up maybe assaulting someone, and that will lead to big problems. People who build powerful lives are not the ones who chase pleasure. They're the ones who chase purpose. They are the ones who master themselves. And right now, self-mastery becoming rare. It's so easy to win nowadays and to stand out because your competition, my competition, are so down. Part 4. Why Gen Z, aka us, is struggling so much. Previous generations had a lot of distractions. They didn't have algorithms designed to exploit human desire. Today, entire industries make billions by keeping you addicted. Social media platforms, adult content platforms, dating apps, junk food, all of these things are made specifically to keep you hooked. Their goal is extremely simple: to keep you scrolling, to keep you stimulated, to keep you distracted, to keep you fat. Because the longer you stay distracted, the more profitable you are, the more exploitable you are, and the more disconnected you become from your real life. Your goals, growth, your potential just shrinks. Part 5. How to start fixing it. Now, here's the important part. This isn't about shame. It isn't about pretending desire is evil. Attraction is natural. Sexual desire impulses are natural. We are creatures. Just like every other living creature in this world, we have to reproduce at some point. But the thing is, being controlled by them is not natural. So, how do you fix it? You start slowly. Take you guys through different steps. Step number 1 is just to reduce stimulation. Unfollow accounts that constantly trigger you. You probably have some accounts on your Instagram that you check all the time, maybe some models. They have a big impact. So limit mindless scrolling. Give your brain some space to reset. Start small. You don't have to go big. Step 2, to replace the dopamine. Your brain still needs reward. Energy does not go into just disappearance. It just travels from place to place. So that desire, that dopamine, needs to be replaced, not just removed. Give it healthier sources. Maybe start training, maybe start some sports, maybe learn something, maybe build something meaningful, or start creating content. Work towards real goals. If any of these sound a bit too much, maybe just start small. Instead of having 3 chocolate bars, have 2. Instead of having 3 cans of soda a day, have 1. Start small or have diet sodas, stuff like that. Step 3, build discipline in small ways. Now, a lot of you will hear, take cold showers, go to the gym at 5 in the morning. No, those things in the beginning do not work. Start small. Start by, instead of going to sleep at 1, go at 2:50. When you wake up, make your bed. Fight your urges to not just scroll and then go fast into brushing your teeth and then being late or something into your school or job or whatever. Start making your bed before you go out of your room. Stuff like this. Maybe do 15 push-ups. Training when you don't feel like it. The moment you have those desires, drop down and do 15 push-ups just to kill that desire away. And if you really want to take it to the next level, take some cold showers. Read when your brain wants to scroll. Read a book, or maybe just go learn a skill. Small acts of this discipline will strengthen your ability to control your impulses to a big extent. Listen, I study medicine, so I know how these things work in the medicine world. So to some extent, I do have a lot of knowledge on how these things work. So trust me. Step 4, reconnect with purpose. What do I mean by this? You have to ask yourself a serious question. What kind of life do you actually want? Do you want this life that you're doing right now, which you know will lead you to absolutely nothing? Or do you want to have a big purpose? Because chasing temporary pleasure will never give you lasting fulfillment. It just gives you a small dopamine hit and that's it. But building something meaningful will give you a long lasting fulfillment. Extremely. So start small, bro. Lust itself isn't the enemy, but a life controlled by it and by the impulses it gives is. Because the strongest people in history, people who build civilizations, companies, art, culture, technology, all of these things, were not controlled by their desires. They directed them. They told them to just, look, I have control over you. You don't have it over me. They had focus. They had discipline. They had purpose. They had emotional control. Our generation hasn't lost these qualities, but it's on the brink of losing them. We are constantly being distracted from them. So the real question is this: will you stay stuck chasing temporary pleasure, or will you take back control of your mind and build something meaningful with your life? Because you only have one chance. The moment you learn to control your impulses, you'll become dangerous in the best possible way. I'm not saying dangerous to threat. No, I'm saying dangerous in just the ability to just stand out and just be successful. That's when your real life begins. Let's go, bro. You got it.